Hi, it's Caitlin from Caitlin Swatches, and I'm here today with my swatch video for some polishes that will be available in the February HHC shop. Everything you see today will be available on the HHC website exclusively from February 14th through the 21st. I'll include the specific times when the shop opens and closes down in the description, as well as the names of the polishes, their prices, and how many bottles will be available of each. If you're not familiar with HHC, everything is done as a pre-order and it'll ship out about 4 weeks after you place your order, and then you'll be able to enjoy your nail polishes. So let's get into them. First up, we have Bee's Knees Lacquer Love Hurts, and Bee's Knees Lacquer is starting a new HHC nail polish series, and all of them are inspired by Ice Nine Kills, and that's a band from what I understand, and this is inspired by their song called Love Hurts. So this is actually born from an oops batch of their popular color Tell Them to F Off, and this is a light purple that leans a little bit blue with the same glowy green to blue shimmer as Tell Them to F Off. So there is a note here from the Bee's Knees team that says this color is similar to Dumicorn, but it was completely unintentional. And I do have comparisons, so you'll see those shortly. This polish has a really good formula. As you can see, I was just talking, but if you were paying attention to me painting my nails, I opted to just do 2 coats, and I liked the coverage I got in 2 coats. This does dry down relatively shiny, but it looks much shinier and glossier when you put a top coat on, as you can see right now. So it has a really good formula, really good dry time, easy to remove. Here it is in 2 coats plus top coat. And here it is, so you can get a taste of all of those shifts. There are lots of shifts in this one. If you're familiar with Bee's Knees Lacquer shimmers, you know that they are very, very complex and beautiful. So here it is in some different lighting. Here it is under direct lighting where you really get that green shift, and then the blue as you move away from it. It's just a really beautiful polish, and I'm impressed with the coverage that I got in 2 coats. So if you don't like super sheer polishes, then this is probably a good candidate for you. And now for comparison, so on my index I have Love Hurts, which is available this month in HHC. The middle is Tell Them to F Off, which is what this polish is sort of inspired by. The ring is Dumicorn, and the pinky is Love is the Most Powerful Magic. They're all in 2 coats. As you can see, they're all very, very, very close. Definitely very close to Dumicorn. Maybe this one, Love Hurts, might be a little more opaque than Dumicorn and slightly less green in its shift, but very similar overall. Yeah, I would say Dumicorn is slightly more pink as I'm just looking at my finger here, and Love Hurts has definitely got a bit more blue to it. You can hopefully see the difference here, and hopefully it's helpful. I'd love to know if you're planning on picking it up, even if you have Dumicorn. And now we have Cupcake Polish, and they are also starting a new series, which is inspired by Lizzie McGuire, and I'm pretty excited about this series because I loved Lizzie McGuire back in the day. This one is a lime green metallic nail polish filled with silver holographic flakies, and this is a really beautiful jelly formula. It is interesting that it's described as a metallic. It definitely has a bit of a metallic feel, but not what I think of when I think of a metallic nail polish. So this one is just so bright and cheerful. I really love the shade of green, and I love the holographic flakes in this one. I would say the holographic flakes are not the most holographic that I've ever seen. They definitely feel more almost metallic-y. So hopefully you can see what I mean. Unfortunately, I don't think I had any sunshine to show this one off, which is where you'd really get a sense of the hollow, but I'm doing my best with the lighting that I have, and I did apply 3 coats to get it to the level of opacity that I wanted. I don't think anyone would need more than 3 coats. It's pretty much completely covered my nail, as you can see. And because of the finish, I do recommend a good glossy top coat to get it very shiny and glossy. And here it is under my swatch lights with also my camera flash on. I didn't have any sun, but I thought that the camera flash would help show off what I mean about how the Holo Flakes aren't overly rainbowy. Here we have Great Lakes Lacquer getting jiggy with it, and this one is described as a sky blue deepened with flares of a shifting violet, red to orange to gold shimmer, and finished with a scattered holographic. So this one, the backstory is that Michigan may have a long winter, but for some that's a good thing. So this one is inspired by people who enjoy ice fishing while it's safe to walk on the ice. And that would be using a jig, which I think is what you use when you do ice fishing. So this polish is beautiful. It has really intense shimmer, as you will see, and you can probably already tell. It does have a sheer base that really helps give the shimmer its intensity, but you will need to build it up in 3 coats most likely, or if you wanted, you could definitely layer it. So as you can see, I am building it up in 3 coats here, and it's just an easy formula to work with. It builds up really nicely, and it definitely has a bit of a juicy effect when you put on your top coat. So I do recommend top coat because it will make it much glossier. As you can see, it dries down a tiny bit dull, and it will just help the shimmer really look beautiful when you get it out into the real world. Here it is in 3 coats plus top coat. You can see that really intense orange and green and gold shift to it. It's really quite incredible. It does say there's scattered holographic, but to be honest, I'm not really seeing much of it here, and I'm sure no one else can see it. I mean, maybe it's there, but I'm not really seeing it in a rainbowy way. Moving along, we have Paint It Pretty Polish Lollipops or Suckers, and this is a part of their What Do You Call These series. This is another beautiful magnetic from Paint It Pretty Polish, and it has holographic flakes and a strong pink to purple to blue pull line when you apply the magnet. What I love about these magnetics is that they also look great if you decide not to apply the magnet. I will show it magnetized. And you can also see right here how it would look if you chose to just wear it without the magnet, which gives you basically a really beautiful multi-chrome. So it's sort of like a 2-in-1. So I applied 2 coats to cover my nail, and then I go in with a 3rd coat. You don't want to be too stingy with this 3rd coat because that's what's going to pull the magnet, or that's what the magnet will pull at. Use a good strong magnet. I think the bar magnets work best, and hold it over your nail for honestly 30 seconds to a minute if you can. I fast forwarded it, and then you will want top coat because this does dry down just a little dull, and I would recommend applying the magnet over the top coat as the top coat's drying, just to ensure the magnetic line stays really strong. So here it is in 3 coats. It's kind of like 2 coats plus a magnetized 3rd coat and top coat. And this one, as you were going to see, is just so beautifully shifty. I love the shift in the magnetic pull line. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. I love the shift to pink and purple. It's just so strong and so cosmic looking. I just love everything about this polish, and I love how the hollow flakes in the black base look like stars. It's just fantastic in my humble opinion. So I'm gonna let you enjoy me moving my hand around for a very long time, because this polish just needs to be shown off in order to be appreciated. Moving along, we have Rogue Lacquer. This one's called Who Could Ever Learn to Love a Beast? And this one is described as having blue, black, and copper metallic flakes, and it's inspired by the Beast from The Beauty and the Beast. So this one is a classic Rogue Lacquer flaky bomb, and as you can see, you get a ton of flakes on your brush. If you want, you might want to work in sparser coats. That might make it easier to build up, but if not, you will build this up very easily in 2 to 3 coats, depending on your nail length and how you apply your polish. You could also use this as a topper, but I would recommend it over a dark color because it is really dense and not super even on the first coat, so it might be a little finicky and show up less than even on one coat over a lighter color. So as you can see, this does dry down with texture, but it's flaky texture versus glitter texture. So one layer of glossy top coat will take care of any lumpy bumpiness, but you won't need 2 coats of top coat or a glitter grabber. At least in my experience, I didn't. And this will not be difficult to remove despite being packed with flakes. They're easy to remove, unlike glitter. And this one doesn't shift around too much, but hopefully you can get a sense of how this looks. I really like how it looks out of direct light personally, which usually is an indicator for how it will look with a matte top coat. And I think this one would look amazing with a matte top coat. And last but not least, we have Sassy Sauce, and this one's called Walking on Broken Glass, and it's part of her continuing butterflies theme. And this one is inspired by glass-winged butterflies. So this is a thermal. It's a purple thermal when cold with a silver to blue shimmer and blue to green to violet shifting micro ultra chrome chameleon flakes. And when this is warm, you will see hot pink, and everything just really pops when it goes to the hot state. So it's wintertime. I was cold. This is how it's going to look in cold temperatures or environments. And this one does build up really nicely. For me, I think it has a really good formula, and obviously my nails are super short, particularly when I swatched this. So I just needed 2 coats, but you might need 3. And now as I'm top coating, you can see I warmed my fingers up so you could see how this would look, and it's honestly such a beautiful shade of hot pink. It's really like a Barbie pink, which is my absolute favorite type of pink. And those flakes really stand out, especially against the pink base. So here it is with a bit of pink and a bit of purple. It's obviously hard to catch both states on short nails, but here it is. And hopefully you can see a little bit of that shimmer. It's not like super in your face intense shimmer, but I feel like it just sort of brings everything together really nicely. Do I even need to say it? I mean, the Sassy Sauce is incredible. It's like the neon pink of my dreams, and it also happens to be a thermal, which means it turns into this gorgeous purple, as you saw. I love the flakes, I love the subtle shimmer in it, and I need more neon pinks like that in my life. The Bee's Knees lacquer is obviously stunning, and if you didn't pick up Dumacorn and you have regrets, then you'll be able to pick this one up and you will absolutely love it. So let me know in the comments if you have any polishes in this video on your wish list. Let me know what other polishes are going to be on your HHC wish list for February. I always love to hear what you're planning on picking up. So let me know, and I hope you have a great day wherever you are, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.